Hey friends, Sarah here with The Holy Mess, and in this video I'm going to show you all about Japanese sweet potatoes. These are a little bit of a new obsession of mine. When I started eating whole food, plant-based, gut healing, Weight Watchers Purple, I joined some groups that have recipes, and a lot of the groups, people were going nuts over these Japanese sweet potatoes. And I like sweet potatoes, but I thought, what's the big deal? Until I tasted one. These are so good. You have to find them. So I have found them at Whole Foods, at Trader Joe's, at Asian supermarkets. You can also even order them online on Amazon. I've even found a listing on Etsy. They are worth hunting down. They really are. They're not that much more expensive. It can just be a little bit tricky to find them. So this is a Japanese sweet potato, and I know it's a little hard to see, but it's white on the inside. And so this is a regular sweet potato, or what we sometimes call a yam here in the United States. So this is a regular potato. This is a Japanese sweet potato. The inside is white before you cook it, and then once you cook it, it turns like kind of an off-white or almost sometimes a yellow color. It is much denser in texture. The texture is like a regular potato, but they are much sweeter than a regular sweet potato, but no more calories. So it's kind of amazing. And you can do a lot with them because they have that dense texture. You can even use them like in recipes and things like that. But you know, honestly, I really just like to eat them. We bake them and I eat them as a side dish. Like at least probably once a day when I have them available. So like here's an example of one that I cooked. So it was already baked, and then I sliced it and I put it on my griddle. I have like a George Foreman. It's like a little knockoff George Foreman griddle. They're so good. You can slice them and put them in the air fryer. You can make them into like fries. You can eat it just like a baked potato. Just really delicious. Believe it or not, you can even put them, you can eat them frozen. In, I believe it's Thailand, they sell them on streets. So they bake it, they roast it, and then they put it in the freezer. And when you take it out, you can eat it kind of like a popsicle. I won't say it tastes like a popsicle, but it has this really creamy texture. It's really good. I just take pieces and stick them in my freezer, and then I'll pull one out and just eat one piece as like a snack or a dessert. So how to cook them. I have some on a cookie sheet here ready to go. So I've got my regular one, and then there's my Japanese one. I'll bake a whole cookie sheet so I have them available for the week. You want to not prick the skin. And the reason for that is that you want to keep all that like caramely goodness in there. So don't prick the skin. I've never had one explode. I've been doing this for months. And cook it in a very hot oven, like 450 degrees. And you'll know that it's done because the skin kind of starts to peel away from it. You can kind of feel, and the skin gets almost a little crunchy, but when you feel it with your hand, just real carefully, you can tell that it's soft on the inside. And the longer you cook it, the more that caramelization comes out. So as much as you can cook it without it burning, and I'll just turn it a few times, and it takes probably, it depends on the size of the potato. One like this, I would probably cook for 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. A really fat one, like this one, I would probably cook for closer to an hour. So again, these are Japanese sweet potatoes. You can usually find them in the bulk bin at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or online or an Asian market. I also found these at Trader Joe's in the bag, and they are called murasaki sweet potatoes. They're the exact same thing. I actually bought one out of their bulk bin, and then I bought one of these bags, and I cooked both together just to compare, and they turned out exactly the same. So if you can find those at Trader Joe's, that's a score. I buy several bags of those at a time when I'm there. So these are your Japanese sweet potatoes. Try to find them. They are well worth the effort. I'm Sarah with The Holy Mess. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.